senior class of 86 with us here tonight. First one is Tom Roberts, senior class president. So Tom, how'd you feel about the float this year?
I think it's really looking good, and we've had a lot of people put a lot of hard work into it, and it's turned out good.
How much money did we make this year for it?
About $140.
Were you pretty impressed with the participation?
Yeah, our class was real supportive of the whole project.
Good.
This is Jody Taylor here, and how did you feel about having the float at your house this year?
Well, it was a good time. It was pretty crazy around here, about 24 hours a day. But, you know, everybody worked really hard, and we got a lot done, and we had a good time.
Were you surprised that the senior class came through and really was here every night working on it?
Well, sort of. I mean, you know, I knew when it really came down to it that everybody would work real hard and everything, you know. But at first it looked like we weren't going to get much done. The first night I thought that we'd probably just have to forget it because, you know, everybody didn't act all interested until we started getting a lot of things done.
What do you think about it?
I think it looks really nice. I can't believe it turned out as good as it did, but...
So you think we're going to win any prizes or anything?
I think this could give the rest of the floats a good run.
All right. Thank you.
Abroad.
I hate reading those things.
better every year, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking thin,
All right.
but they look cold.
Yes, very good. Wait a minute, we had candy just thrown at us from a wandering clown.
Would you remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would the graduates please be seated? Welcome, parents and relatives, friends, teachers, and graduates. After working hard for 13 years, it only seems logical that one would find themselves at the end of something. Instead, we tell graduates that now they have reached commencement, the beginning. To reach this beginning, these graduates have dedicated themselves to the hard work necessary for the attainment of academic excellence. Let's pause for a moment to recognize students who have been the most successful in their academic achievement. On the platform with us are the valedictorians for the class of 1986. These are the students who have earned a perfect 4.0 grade average. Would these students please rise as I call your name? Shelley Dexter, Catherine Dorman, Steve Sorensen, and Mary Stevenson. Why don't you remain standing just for a moment, please. I also want to recognize another group of students who have distinguished themselves with high academic achievement, the students with a 3.5 or better grade point average. But first, I must correct an omission made during class night. Sherry Peterson's name was omitted from the list of students who were honored for earning a 3.5 or higher grade point average. An arithmetic error was made when the GPA was figured manually. Sherry, would you please rise? Please accept this additional recognition with our sincere apology. And would the rest of the students who have earned the privilege of wearing the gold honor cord please rise? This honor cord signifies that these students have earned a 3.5 or better grade point average. Would those students please rise? You may be seated. We have honored those who have attained high academic achievement, but let us not forget that for some students, the attainment of average grades took considerable effort. So for all graduates, commencement is a time for genuine celebration. Class of 1986, you've set a fine example for the students who follow in your footsteps. I join your parents, fellow students, teachers, and community in saluting you. I'd now like to present Dr. June Gabler, Superintendent of Schools, who will introduce our speakers this afternoon. Dr. Gabler.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. I differ a little from Mr. Edwards. I'm going to say, by golly, you made it. You know, it took 13 years of stick-to-itiveness to make it, and I'm very proud of you. We all are. Oh, dear. You know, after this ceremony, you can say, I'm a high school graduate. And we're all pleased with that. But you know, the feelings that go along with being a high school graduate, and yes, even the obligations and responsibilities, will be addressed this afternoon by your fellow students. The first one to talk with you this afternoon is M. Lenny. M is your student body president. You know, I think the nicest thing you can say about a human being, particularly a student, is that he indeed is a well-rounded, well-liked person. And I think M exemplifies that kind of student. I find that he can talk with adults, with students, with peers, and with young children. I think that's a compliment to him. M has done a fine job in his work in math and science, and he hopes that when he completes his work at Iowa State University, that he will be an engineer. He is going to major in science and math. M, proud to introduce you.
Board members, administrators, staff, families, friends, and fellow graduates. We are gathered this June 1st, 1986, to celebrate our graduation from primary schooling. Before we do, though, I would like to quickly recap the last 13 years. So let's take a trip back to 1973, back to the beginning. It was most likely a hot, sticky day in late August when we made that first trek to the beacon of knowledge. Trudging along with tote bag in one hand, kinder mat in the other, you suddenly realize, hey, we're going to meet kids from other blocks here. Panic grips your mind. Should I stay or should I go? But there's no escaping the beacon. At that tender age, education is a word of little meaning. All anyone wanted to think about was recess. And what word is most synonymous to recess? But kickball. Remember that little white ball and the best kickers and catchers? Yes, for 7 years, life around the old elementary school consisted of lunch, gym, and recess. But by 1980, it was time to leave our secure nest of fundamental knowledge and move on to junior high. Again, you trudge along, and you are suddenly confronted with the fact that you are going to meet kids from other elementary schools. But again, that beacon calls you forth with promise of fun and adventure. It would be here that many new discoveries would take place. For males, perhaps the greatest prefix in the English language discovered, the prefix "fee," as in female. For girls, I'm not real sure. I wasn't one. I don't know. By 1983, we were king of the hill again. We also came to realize that we would be the last students to ever call this 3-year home junior high. They're now called middle school. But it was finally time to move up to the big house, the high school. Who can forget the fears about the big kids and the other junior hires? Perhaps, though, one of the greatest memories is that of gaining the ability to drive a four-wheeled vehicle. Who cares about the increase in insurance? You can now hit that 6-block hunk of downtown known as the drag. Plus, you now have the ability to go on road trips and follow the athletic teams to all their state tournament games. So, after 3 years of dreaming, we are finally here today, ready to graduate, ready for post-secondary education. Remember, my friends, the beginning 13 years ago, the years in between, especially this one. Remember the people and events, especially this ceremony, the ceremony symbolizing the end. Thank you. I guess it's back to Dr. Gabler.
Em, thank you for that trip through 13 years. I have the privilege of introducing Steve Sorensen. Let me take just a brief moment to tell you a little bit about Steve. This young man joined the Fort Dodge Community School District at the beginning of his senior year. He came from Charles City. In addition to being a 4.0 student throughout his entire high school career, he has taken part in many activities. Because he is a serious student of music and drama, his activities included the following: marching band, symphonic band, orchestra, jazz lab, a cappella choir. He was a Division I winner in state music contest, and he also took part in drama. And believe it or not, he's also active in his church, and he does a lot of bicycle riding. Steve is planning on attending the University of Iowa on a presidential scholarship. He's counting on a career in medicine. He's thinking of perhaps making his career in medicine either in pediatrics and/or psychiatry. Of course, if all else fails, I do believe he could be a drummer in a jazz band. He's that good. While Steve is somewhat quiet until he gets to know you, I think that once you do get to know him, you will find that he has a dry wit and he's quick with the wisecracks. In fact, he's so quick with the wisecracks that he actually captured the lead in Music Man when he was in 9th grade. Please join me in bringing Steve to the podium with a round of applause. Steve?
Well, after an introduction like that, I should really have quite a good speech for you, but all I brought was this one, so I'll give you this. I'd like to offer my own congratulations to the graduating class of 1986 and offer a deep vote of thanks to all the administrators and teachers who have helped us make it to this very important day in our lives. If you've noticed in the program, the name for our section of today's program has been simply entitled Challenge. According to the American Heritage Dictionary, the definition of the word challenge is a call to engage in a contest. Today, we would like to change this meaning just a little to read a call to engage in the contest called life. To better understand this, let's look at the word contest. Again, from the dictionary, a contest is a struggle or a fight. From here on out, there are going to be many times when life will be a struggle and times will get tough. For most of us, our lives up until now have been sheltered and protected by our parents, our relatives, and perhaps even friends. Today is a visible sign of us leaving this protection as we go out to face a job, or perhaps college, or the military, or whatever path you have chosen to take. It will be up to us to face our problems head on. And this afternoon, the four of us would like to challenge you to continue struggling, to continue working towards those goals which you know are right and are worth standing up for. We know that by doing this, your lives will be full, happy, and meaningful. and you'll be able to look back upon your life with honor and pride in the years to come. Now, before I step down, allow me to take a few minutes to leave you with a challenge of my own. As we walk across this podium today, we should all remember that these diplomas are not simply being given away. To paraphrase John Houseman, we did it the old-fashioned way. We earned it. Of course, there may be some teachers here today who might disagree with that statement, but I'm sure there's not a one among us who hasn't at once crammed before a big test or burned a little midnight oil to finish up a paper or a project. Because of this diligence, we are honored today with a diploma signifying our completion of high school. But when you stop to think about it, just what good is a diploma anyway? I mean, you can't really buy anything with it. It's just a piece of paper. There must have been some reason for Mom coming into your room every morning, those pink curlers in her hair, the mud pack on her face, and that beat-up old bathrobe and those rabbit slippers on her feet, screaming at you to get out of bed and go to school. Well, of course there is a reason, or I wouldn't be up here today. The reason is simply that we have an obligation to ourselves, to our nation, and to our world, to take what we have learned here and apply it so that others may benefit. Now some of you may be saying, what can I do to help someone else? Well, perhaps some of you have the unique ability to repair a carburetor, or others may understand the complex working of nuclear energy. Still others may feel that they are good at teaching, whether it be teaching kids how to tie their shoes or teaching kids geometry to a bunch of students who have Velcro sneakers. No matter what your skills or abilities may be they big or small, it is our obligation and our duty to use these skills as best you know how. This is the challenge that I want to leave you with today. And with this, I turn you over to the next speaker. Once again, let me congratulate you and wish you the best in all to come as you can continue to engage in the contest of life. Thank you.
Thank you for that challenge, Steve. Our next speaker is Shelley Daxter. Shelley joined our school district when she was a 7th grader. When people said to her, you know, Shelley, females are not supposed to be good in science and math, she really didn't listen, as is evidenced by the fact that she has won a Science and Math Award this year. Shelley also is a 4.0 student, and throughout her high school career has also participated in some carefully chosen activities. She feels that she should not spread herself too thin, and so she has made a careful effort to perfect her performance in each area. She has been active in speech, drama, varsity track, band, Dodgerettes, math jet contests, German club, Model UN, was in Division I in the state speech contest, and also has been active in her church. Shelley plans on making her career in pharmaceutical medicine, but she wants to do that in a hospital setting, which is rather unique. To reach her goal, she will be attending the University of Iowa on scholarships. I think her mother describes Shelley well when she said to me, you know, Shelley's just an all-around good kid. Let's welcome this all-around good kid. Shelley?
Thank you. We, Fort Dodge Senior High class of 1986, are one large body, which together has accomplished a great deal over the past few years. But yet, we are all individuals. Each and every one of us is a unique person. We've been brought up differently. We enjoy doing different things in our spare time, and we've studied different subjects in school. Today, I challenge you to take those unique talents, skills, and interests that only you possess and set some goals for yourself. Set them high enough so that so that they are challenging and you have to extend yourself to reach them. Also remember that one of the best ways to achieve happiness is to be yourself. Don't let anyone else decide what is right for you to do, but make up your own mind. After you decide what you want out of life, you can strive towards it with enjoyment and peace, knowing you're pursuing what you truly desire. With this peace of soul and mind, you can put forth all your energy to reach that goal. Since we are all different, we have different goals we want to achieve. I challenge all of you to be the best that you can be at whatever you choose. Whether you are the president of a company, the secretary, or the custodian, for that company to succeed, your job is as important as any other. If you find pleasure in maintaining a building, repairing equipment, and making sure the facility runs smoothly and efficiently, if in that you find happiness and peace, then do it so well that you can be proud of your accomplishments. Whatever you do in life, make sure that you can stand up with pride and say, I did that. Do it with enthusiasm and self-determination, and work your very hardest on it, so that when you fail, which we will all do at some point, whether it is on that college English test or losing a client in a business deal, you can at least say you gave it your best. Look around you right now at our class. Yes, we are all different, and yes, we have participated in different activities. Some of us have played basketball, some have wrestled, and some have sung. Others have participated in band, speech, and drama. When we put all these individual talents together into one group, we can really see all the great accomplishments that we have made. All that we have achieved have come through our individual goals and interests. It works the same way in the, quote, real world. Everyone can do what he or she enjoys doing and is able to do, and we can share our achievements with the others to help them. Just like when the farmer raises the food so that the community can eat. The businessman provides the supplies, and the banker provides the financing so that the farmer can operate. Without the efforts of each one of us in the community would die. Today, decide what you want out of life. Remember to be yourself in choosing your goals, and put forth all your effort into achieving it. I would like to close with a poem that sums up many of the points that I've tried to get across to you today. If you'll remember always, there's no goal you can't achieve. If you'll try your very hardest and, above all else, believe. Believe that you're a person who has something good to give. Believe that you can make this world a better place to live. Believe that your talents and your skills are needed too. Then you're sure to find there's nothing in this world you cannot do. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley, for being an example of what people can do. Kathy Dorman is our next student. Kathy joined Fort Dodge Schools when she was a sophomore. She is a 4.0 student, and she has managed to participate in a variety of activities also. As a matter of fact, you might call her multi-talented. She has been in the following activities: speech, a cappella choir, chamber choir, glee club, marching band, symphonic band, varsity track, Division I speech contest, and was also the student representative on the School Improvement Model Committee. She, like the others, has been recognized for outstanding scholarship and outstanding performance. She is extremely active in her church and plans on studying nursing at the University of Iowa. And then she wants to continue with her education and become a teacher of nurses. She also wants to marry and raise a family. She would like her life to be viewed as a life of service to her fellow human beings. Kathy, let's hear what you have to say to us on this grand occasion. Kathy?
A few days ago, I came across the work of a very perceptive writer. In his story, a young girl with unusual insight was helping a friend who was having some personal problems. The girl saw through the surface symptoms to the root causes and confronted her friend. "Do you know your whole problem, Charlie Brown? You're wishy-washy. You're going to grow up and marry a wishy-washy girl and have a whole flock of wishy-washy kids. Charlie Brown, you've reached new heights of wishy-washydom." Charles Schulz's simple comic strip can teach us a great lesson: the importance of having convictions and the courage to stick to them. We need to develop convictions based on morals and ideals in which we can take pride. Choose those values carefully, and once you know where you stand, you can act in a way consistent with your ideals. My challenge for you, though, is not something new. Because our forefathers had the courage of their convictions, they established our nation on a solid foundation. And today, it's that same courage of our convictions that will mold us into the leaders of tomorrow and set us apart from the wishy-washy people who will never be responsible leaders. In American industry, the competition for promising personnel is terrific. Year after year, businessmen study college records and screen applicants. What are they after? Brains, energy, know-how? Sure, these things are desirable, but they can only take us so far. If we want to become leaders, we must have that extra magic quality that takes mere ability and multiplies its effectiveness. That's integrity. Integrity that involves standing firm for what you believe and know is right. Sometimes it means going it alone, or speaking out for what you know, speaking out against what you know is wrong. When you're faced with pressures to compromise, don't go with the flow. Let people know where you stand, and don't be moved. A person with a purpose who has the courage of his convictions refuses to give up. He continues on with persistence until the job is done. Consider the postage stamp. Its usefulness consists in its ability to stick to one thing till it gets there. This must have been Thomas Edison's philosophy. When Edison sought to produce the light bulb, he stood firm in the belief that he could, and he had enough persistence to plow through 1,000 failures and ways it wouldn't work until he found the one way it would work. If our lives can exemplify that same persistence, and if we can proudly stand firm in the values that are honorable, then we will have met our challenge. Winston Churchill affirmed this when he so nobly stated, "Never give in. Never, 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 never. In nothing great or small, large or petty. Never give in, except to convictions of good sense and honor." Thanks.
Thank you, Mary, for presenting another challenge of good sense and honor. Our last student who will be addressing you this afternoon is Mary Stevenson. Mary moved to Fort Dodge in the middle of her junior year from North Dakota. She has a broad interest and that can be seen by the activities in which she has participated. In the few short years that she's been in our high school, she has taken part in a cappella choir, French club, cheerleading, pep club, creative writing club, and also been a member of the Christian Athletes. She also is active in her church. Mary's whole family likes mathematics, and Mary proves to be no exception. Mary plans on being a secondary mathematics teacher when she graduates from college. She's delighted with her scholarships and will take them to the University of Northern Iowa next year to do her studies. In North Dakota, Mary was known as Mary Don't Know because she always asked why something was happening or could I learn more about that. Well, because of that, Mary's an exciting person to be around. And her teachers and fellow students have found her to be exciting too. So let's greet this exciting student called Mary. Mary?
There are many challenges up and coming that we are going to have to face. Some of us will be going away after the summer. We will face moving into a new lifestyle. We will have harder classes compared to high school with even more responsibilities. Keeping on schedule and managing our own money are only a few of these responsibilities. For all of us, even those staying in Fort Dodge, we will have to say goodbye to old friends and loved ones, but new friends are out there waiting. When we have eventually settled into our new routines of the next few years, we need to start challenging ourselves, challenging to become better people, people who can really help other people with their own talents. Their own special abilities are out there. We only need to find and develop them. We should not limit ourselves. By limiting, you may not have chosen the right thing. You may pass up the field of training that you have been looking for. When you find that field, set your goals, reach for them, and never stop. What are goals? G is a game. Like children, we need to play. Life is the best sport to participate in. O is an oasis. Goals are fertile, lively places in your life. They are few in number, but very important for survival. Aim means to aspire. Only you know your limits. With goals, you learn to visit your limits more often. L is for the love-giving. Goals themselves do not give you love. Your love for yourself grows as you realize your own great abilities. S is the success. Whether or not you achieved your goal, you succeeded in the attempt. Goals will be with us through all of time. Our goals this year have been hard trials. The game of life not as easy as dreamed. We aspired for many, but only set a few to be the oases just right for ourselves. I found more work I put in, more love I got out. I realized I always got the better end of the deal. Some, though, we didn't reach, like being state champs in girls basketball. Some we are still trying, like deciding on the perfect college. And some we reached, like graduating here today. And we found when we lost, we felt great inside. We could always try it again. Striving still for some of the others, we learned patience and persistence will help get us through to the very end. For the goals we did attain, there is a proudness inside, like a warm little voice saying you did it. Class of '86, you succeeded. You are special. Class of '86, I challenge you. I challenge you to keep on setting and reaching for your goals. Whether you want to be a world-famous chef, a rock and roll star, a physical education teacher, or a politician, you're the only one that can decide to go on the right track and become your goals. In 10 to 20 years from now, I hope we can come together and all say we succeeded. Class of '86, Fort Dodge Senior High School, we are special. Thank you.
Thank you. Would the graduates please rise? Mr. Singer, it is with great pride that for the faculty and administration of Fort Dodge Senior High, I present the class of 1986. The records indicate that they have met the requirements of the faculty and the Board of Education of the Fort Dodge Community Schools. I recommend them to be awarded the diplomas which they have earned. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Singer and members of the Board of Education will now present the diplomas as Mr. Dutch Huseman announces the graduates. Graduates, please be seated.
Amin Alami. Congratulations. Alan Jean Albee. You made it. Roy Richard Allison. Congratulations. April Michelle Anderson. Kristen Lee Anderson. Sean Larry Anderson. Timothy Michael Anderson. Michael John Alt. Cynthia Lynn Otten. Evelyn Elizabeth Ayala. Angela Renee Bolent. Christina Marie Ball. Sarah Christine Bankin. Denise Lynn Banwell. Craig Stephen Barber. Kelly Sue Barnum. Cheryl K. Boffman. Blake Allen Beeler. Nancy Lee Bedford. Brenda Ann Visor. Larry Clyde Bell. Cynthia Denise Belmer. Andrea Benska. Brian Douglas Benson. Stacy Antone Berggren.
Somebody missing? Congratulations.
Shane Kelly Blair. Pamela Marie Boland. Kent Allen Bauer. Donald Joseph Box. Elsa Christina Breivik. Duncan Servais Bramer. Valerie Joe Brewer. Bradley Douglas Brokaw. Brent William Brokaw. Greg Allen Brown. James Anthony Burke. Bradley Rob Bushman. Paige Marie Cahill. Rick Lynn Carter.
Yeah.
Douglas Allen Cassidy. Carrie K. Kaler. Lisa Ann Chase. Pamela Lynn Clark. Paisha Clausen. Eric Matthew Christensen. Shirley Jean Clayton. Elisa Ann Coffin. Marty Leroy Collins. Jerry Lee Cook. Pamela Jo Cook. Gary Joseph Cormack. Bernice Crooks. Laura Lynn Crosby. James Herman Cross. Paul Arnold Kratz. Robert Edward Cruz. Dana Bradford Cunningham. David Allen Cutting. Harold James Davis. Randy Earl Davis. Cynthia K. Derry. Dennis James Detmering. Shelley Jean Dexter. Home Van Din. Susan Marie Donnelly. Richard Michael DeRegi. Catherine Marie Dorman. Kimberly K. Doslin. Curtis Dean Doty. James Lee Eckelberger. Carla Lynn Edgerton. James Allen Ernestine. Michael James Eager. David Arvin Egley. Robert Kennedy Ike. Mark Allen Ely. Eric John Estes. Tammy K. Evans. Suzanne Andrea Fallon. Lachelle Ray Fair. Adriana Fernandez. Danny Wayne Ferry. Cheryl K. Forbes. Anne Maria Foster. Kelly Edwin Foster. Mark Allen Frentress. Christiane Rayette Frias. Bradley Joe Fuller. Stephen Douglas Gaff. Michael William Garvey. David Michael Gloat. Diana Marie Galamoski. Gina Louise Goma. Brenda Jean Gommels. Penny Rachel Grady. Sherry Mae Grady. Gina Lynn Gustafson. Martin Sean Hamburger. Blake Eugene Hansen. Cynthia Janan Hansen. Dave William Hansen. Anne Marie Harms. Shane Ray Harrison. Brent Lee Helmkamp. Christopher Dean Henderson. Stuart James Hergenreiter. Christy Marie Hirschberg. Kobe Danton Hill. Stephen Paul Hinton. Gregory Francis Hogan. David Brent Holler. Chad Michael Hollowati. David Lynn Houston.
Congratulations, Dave.
Kevin Charles Holteen. Christopher Coleman Holtz. Patricia Joan Hurdle.
Hey, Trish.
Tracy Colleen Hutchinson. David John Epson. Angela Marie Jameson. Audrey Jo Johnson. Darla Lynn Johnson. Kent David Johnson. Rodney Thomas Jones. Sherry Lynn Jones. Tanya Lynn Jones. The people that aren't taking pictures, would you just stand aside while the other people that wish to take them? When it comes your turn, step right up and take them. That's fine. Who'd I finish with? Jolene Marie Jordison.
There is one here for you.
Julie K. Jorgensen. Jeffrey John Junkman. Scott Terry Kaler. Lisa Marie Key. Dorothy Elizabeth Kirsten. Tamara Joe Kester. Mark Douglas Kilmer. Marty Madonna Kemple. Donna Louise Clapp. David Lawrence Knowles. John Robert Knowles. Barbara Jean Knutson. Paul Arthur Knutson. Kevin Lee Kester. Michelle Marie Coop. Jana Lee Kudrin. Scott Stewart Kuhlman. Dane Kuta. Beth Ann Laverty. Carla Elaine Lawrence. Rodney Dean Ledley. Kathleen Joyce Leaf. Diane Carol Lenz. Laura Elizabeth Liskey.
Or you make me feel like an old man.
Emerson Dawson Linney. Noel Danette Loftus. Wendy Elaine Lynch. Kevin Michael Makovic. David J. Mayworm. Daniel Joseph Marchant. Richard Samuel Marsh. Kimberly Michelle May. Troy Conrad May.
There it is.
Robert Franklin Mayevsky. Bonnie Joe McCarthy. Christopher Paul McCready. Ronald John McCutcheon. Jacqueline Marie McInville. Monica Jane McNeil. Scott David McNeil. Edmund Peter Meckie. Matthew Richard Merck. Jamie J. Michelson. Alan Derek Miller. Henry Lee Miller. Jennifer Lynn Miller. Celeste Marie Morey. Zebby Michael Mosley. Ronald Kirk Musselman. Babin Marie Navin. Daniel Richard Nelson. Gina Lorraine Nelson. Sheila Ann Nessler. Dwayne Allen Newman. Helen Ty Wynn. J. Derek Neiswanger. Sarah Lois Nichols. Nancy Beth Nicholas. Richard Neil Nimrod. Patricia Denise Nitsky. Jacintha Renee Norman. Joni Marie Oberding. Kelly Marie O'Leary. Cheryl Renee Olson. Charles Lee Olson. Shannon Marie Opadal. Kuni Otsuko.
Congratulations.
Michael Christopher Palmer.
That's what I did 2 or 3. Congratulations.
Mindy Ann Pancook. Michael Allen Parker. Kevin Dean Parks. Stacy Ann Patton. Charles Robert Popp. Stephanie Ann Pauley. Brenda Lee Peterson. Jonathan Dwayne Peterson. Sherry Marie Peterson. Mark Bradley Peterson. Stephanie Sue Peterson. Merlin Charles Pettigrew. Win Den Palm. Angela Marie Pickler. Lisa Jane Pingle. James Arthur Poe. Volode Polwick. Leslie Janice Porter. Roger William Porter, Jr. Derek Allen Prelip. Tanya Ray Pressler. Carrie Ann Price. Anne Marie Prohaska. Christy K. Ramsden. Tammy Marie Reed. Aaron Marie Reed. Mark Allen Reitz. Mary Kay Reeves. Tyler Lynn Renaud. Chad Eugene Rhodes. Julie Ann Rhodes. Christy Lynn Rhodes. Robert Bruce Rhodes. Rochelle Luella Rick. Catherine Irene Robbins. Arthur Demetrius Roberts. Thomas James Roberts. Gregory Orlando Roby. Paige Lorette Rogers. Heidi Mae Rosique. James Hugo Rosso. Rhonda Elaine Reuter. Eric Dale Samuelson. Jason Bruce Sandvin. Jane Elizabeth Sanford. Robert Donovan Shamel. Kevin Martin Shaw. Neil Brian Sliceman. Elizabeth Ann Schnurr. Susan Lynn Schuster. Renee Diane Schwab. Deborah Lynn Sattel. Richard Lee Shannon.
Congratulations.
Mickey Allen Sheeker. Jolene Marie Shivers.
Congratulations.
Tim Knoll Shivers. Michael Hilmer Shute. Stacy Inez Silliman. Michelle Lee Smith. Therese Lynn Allen Smith. Stephen Martin Sorensen. Mark Shane Sorensen. Kevin Joe Spencer. Stephen Dale Spencer. William Harley Steele. Mary Ellen Stevenson. Scott Allen Strain. John Joseph Streff. Kelly Christine Stroud. Curtis Roy Strutzenberg. Sue-Ann Sweeney. Joanne K. Taylor. Sharon Louise Telshaw. Jill Renee Teskey. Kendrick Thetford. Scott Laverne Thompson. Christine Lynn Thorndike. Julie Ray Jaden. Mark Edward Shyamalan. David Larry Trammell Jr. Lisa Ann Trusteff. Jeffrey Allen Tudor. Lynn Michael Vance. Christine Marie Vandervenet. Travis Anthony Vanoni. Ronald John Wolf. Tamray Janine Voss. Ulrich Walter. Robert Paul Walters.
Take it down. Take it down.
Wendy Lynn Warren. Sherry Belinda Washington.
Hi, Sherry.
Congratulations.
Christine Gloria Wegman. Denise Ann Weinzettel. Todd Allen Weiss. Chad Lynn Westbrook. Michelle Lee Wheat. Shelley K. Whittington. Mark Allen Weezy. Tina Marie Weiss. Matthew Ronald Wewell. Alan Joseph Winch. Brian Kenneth Woodley. Marcy Ann Woodman. Sharon Denise Woods. David Lynn Wyatt. Matthew Jade Zabel. Douglas Harvey Zelm.
Tom Roberts, would you approach the podium? Tom will be giving our farewell.
Good job.
Thus concludes the first chapter of our life. Today is the beginning of the journey to our dreams. We all have different dreams as individuals, but we all work in much the same way to reach them. Farewell, class of 1986. It's been fun, and I wish you all success in reaching your dreams. Thank you. Let's toss them.
The flag girls, please rise. Would the graduates be seated so that we may dismiss? Graduates, please be seated.
Catch him on the end somewhere.
Okay.
Woody.
The graduates, please rise.